England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And some room to roam now. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. DeAnthony Thomas, 97 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Prescott on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sean Lee in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop it for a loss of about 10. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They'll run it here. This is James White. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, Dorsett. That goes for a gain of 31.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on 2nd down. Cannon. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy. And
there he baited him right into the interception. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes the score 14-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, Cannon. Over the middle, complete. It's Love. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off play action. Cannon. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A first down carry by Elliott. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cannon. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 3rd down, Elliott. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Prescott. He'll check this one down to Michelle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Prescott from the gun. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Michelle. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Prescott off play action. And incomplete on the deep ball. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Third and long for Prescott. That's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, and the Patriots have moved out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Off the play fake. Cannon. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Cannon. A dump off to Elliott. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cannon. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Gostkowski for the point after. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Throwing after the interception. Cannon. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Cannon. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Love. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
A give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Cannon. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Cannon. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
From the gun, Cannon. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Yeah, the Patriots gearing up to go now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Second down, Prescott. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The give is to Ellis. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off-play action. Cannon. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Dante Hightower in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cannon steps away to his left. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So the Patriots coming out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a dump off to White. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And an alley to run. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
46.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Philip Dorsett by himself, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on 3rd and long. Cannon looking deep for Elliott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England 1st down.
Then we're going to 50.
A give. This is Michel. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
41's the will. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
He's going to get it running right. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Here's Prescott. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Prescott. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. As his guys are in for 6. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Adrian Claymore. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing. It downfield, Charles. They just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear
that is
by the time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
A second down throw for Prescott. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Prescott. Goes underneath here to White. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail. Big here to begin quarter number.
Four down. Here we go. White 90. White 90. Cut.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Switch. Check 4.
New England on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 31 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
New England on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down, and this one might be going the other way. Now it's Jackson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They run again with Jackson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Check three.
And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it. Because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Go, tackle, let's go. We got this. We got this.
On the ground, this is Jackson. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, that's Jackson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Patriots, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.